In this video, we'll be looking at the quadratic formula and looking at a story to help us memorize it. So let's start with the story. We're going to have a negative boy that's going to be our negative boy, and I'm going to represent it with a negative b. And this negative boy had some positive and negative feelings, and then he went to a radical party, but since the boy was square, he missed out on 4 awesome chicks. And this party was all over at 2 a.m. And that's our quadratic formula. Let's look at what this solves. This solves for x, for equations that are in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, as long as a is not 0. Let's look at an example. Here we have x squared minus 2x minus 3, and we want to figure out if this was equal to 0, what is our values of x? So we first want to get our a, b, and c. In front of the x, there's nothing right now, but I'm going to write it as a 1 as a placeholder, and that's going to be our a value. A is going to be 1. Our b value is the coefficient of x. B value is going to be negative 2. And the last one there, c is going to be negative 3. Right, so we take our a, the coefficient of x squared, then we want to remember our equation. Let's write it right below here so we can, or right on the side. That one is, remember there was a negative boy. He had some positive or negative feelings. He went to a radical party, but the boy was square, so he missed out on 4 awesome chicks, and that party was all over at 2 a.m. So we're going to plug in each of those values. I like to write it as kind of a skeleton with just parentheses, and then we can plug them in easily. So wherever we have a variable, I just put a parentheses. It'll make it easy to plug in our values. So we're ready to plug in. First is our b, negative 2. So we want to plug that in, negative 2. Notice there's a negative from the equation and a negative from the coefficient, negative 2 there. So you got to write both of them. Then negative 2 again. And then we have a, c. A was 1 and c was 3, or negative 3. Don't forget the sign there. And a was 1 on the bottom. Then we're ready to work this out. Now notice under the fraction, right? Inside the party here, we have a lot more to do. So actually let's do that on the side. I'm going to go ahead and work on this part off to the side because there's a lot of work to do there. Not too much to do over here. So let's work that out over here. And so I get negative 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 3. And we get negative 2 squared, which would be 4. And 4. Here's 2 negatives, a negative and a negative. Negative 4 times negative 3. I'm going to get a positive 12. And that'll give us 16. So we get the square root of 16. And the square root of 16 would be 4. All right. Now we're ready to go back to this. Now the circled yellow is going to be just a 4. Let's do this negative and negative 2. I'll get a positive 2. Plus or minus. And we just worked that out. Square root of 16, which was 4. Plus or minus 4. All over 2. Now here, when we have the plus or minus, that means we got to break it up basically into 2 different fractions. So I'll go ahead and use one of them there. I use 2 plus 4 over 2. And the other one, break that up into the negative version. I get 2 minus 4 over 2. And I go ahead and work that out. 2 plus 4, I get 6 over 2. 6 over 2, I get 3. So that'll be one of our answers. X is 3. And on the other one there, 2 minus 4, I get negative 2. Divided by 2. And that'll be our other answer there, negative 1. All right, that'll wrap up the video here. Hopefully the little story will help you memorize that equation. Thanks for watching.